Yo, what's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Tyrants Bang, welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel. We're today on May 5th, 2021, Cinco de Mayo. We're going to talk about this woman who was pulled over by a police officer and just was completely out of her mind with ridiculousness and drama. Okay, now we all know about police culture. We know it's ridiculous. We know that 9 times out of 10 they're just harassing and extorting and murdering and all that stuff. Well, not 9 times out of 10. That's a little bit hyperbolic, but you know what I'm saying. They're the agents of the state that will enforce tyranny when they are told to. And essentially, this is what happened here, except this woman is just like, the way she responded, the way she acted is just, it completely muddies the waters in regards to what we're trying to do in terms of changing police culture in this country. All right, so let's get into this thing here and see what the hell she's talking about, man. It's crazy.
38. Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
And the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38, so why are you harassing me?
You are correct. I pulled you over
because you're a murderer.
Because
yes, I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be...
Look, calling him a murderer right off the bat is just crazy, right? We know that there are murderers in the police department, but you got to be careful about who you actually accuse of being a murderer, right? Like, I mean, you can say what you want, right? The freedom of speech and all that. And she's not going to get in trouble for calling him a murderer. But what it does is, and he's recording this on his personal body cam, what it does is it gives them the ammunition to use to say, look, you see what we got here? There doesn't need to be police reform. We need citizen reform. The bullshit that ABL is going to tell you, right? We need police reform. We need family reform. We need crackhead reform. This gives them the ammunition, boom, to say that with confidence. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we don't need to give them. We don't need to muddy the waters like that. We need to stay objective. We need to stay in our right frame of mind, and we need to be tactful about how we approach this thing, right? Of course, ABL did a video on this. Brandon Tatum did a video on this. I was going to do their video, but I decided to do my own without their commentary. But I'm telling you, this is why you give them the ammunition. You don't do this, right? You don't do this, right? Even though, look, she has a right to pull out her phone and do whatever she wants with her phone while she's driving. She didn't hurt anybody. It's dangerous, right? It could be dangerous. It could be distracting, but no harm came from it, right? People do it all the time, even when there's laws, right? Even though there are laws against this thing, people still do it. People still get in accidents and kill people, right? There's laws against drug driving. People still drive drunk. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't justify it, but people are going to do what they want to do regardless of laws, right? But the laws, what they do is they give the controllers and the enforcers a way to extort you, even though you're doing something that's against the law or that's an infraction. You're not really hurting anybody. She didn't hurt anybody. She just pulled her phone out and was recording. You know what I'm saying? Probably driving one hand. I don't know what she was doing. This is where the video starts. But, texting and driving is dangerous. You shouldn't do it, right? But if you're texting and driving and you make it from point A to point B without hurting anybody, without getting in an accident, you just lived dangerously and survived. And nothing came of it. You have the freedom to do that. It's just one of those things, man. People drive. Don't act like y'all don't text and drive when you can. You got your phone down here. You're dividing your attention. People do it. You shouldn't do it, right? I don't encourage it. I think it's a bad thing. Anyway, let's keep going with this, man. Calling him, come on. This is ridiculous.
On your cell phone while you're driving.
I wasn't on my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording.
I can record you.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home.
You know what? I believe this is a psychological operation, y'all. Like, it can't get no more, like, better than this for the people that want the police to be on the streets Gestapoing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't get any better. She forgot her ID at the house. Come on, man. Like, word, like, come on, man. Calling him a murderer all right off the bat, acting crazy, being dramatic. I was scared. She probably was. She may very well be scared. But
I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your supervisor, please?
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer.
Okay.
And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
Not harassment. Yeah. I am enforcing the law.
I have a right to record the police.
Let's get this straight. He is harassing her. He's harassing her. Period. It's harassment. You're forcing somebody over to the side of the road because they're doing something you feel the state legislator said was not right to do. And they created an edict to go against it. So now you feel like you got to pull them over because they created that edict. What if they hadn't? What if there was no such thing as a cell phone while you're driving law? What if that wasn't an actual law? Would you still feel the need to pull her over? Are you doing it because you feel like she's being unsafe, or are you doing it because there's a law against it? Which one is it? Which one is it? That's what we got to talk about. Are they enforcing the laws because they feel like the law is going to keep people safe? Or are they enforcing the laws because they were told to enforce laws? Are they enforcing laws because they're order followers? That's the question you have to ask. Are they doing it for the right reasons? That's the question. The same question, same thing as when, Chaz Chop situation, right? The mayor told the cops to leave that area and let them do what they do. But there were people in the Chaz Chop zone that lived there that didn't want them there. So are you going to go against the people that pay your salary, the people that live in the Chaz Chop zone that did not want them there? Are you going to stick around and make sure that they don't cause trouble? Or are you going to listen to the governor and pull out and say, well, we're not going to help you now, right? That's where you have to draw the line. That's how you know who these police officers really serve. They don't serve you. They serve the politicians that create the laws and enforce the laws, right? Mayors are, they're enforcers. Essentially, they're part of the executive branch. So the executive branch, so are police officers. Police officers are part of the executive branch because they execute the enforcement of laws. So who do the cops really work for? Do they work for you, or do they work for the politicians that you pay? You pay them and you pay the politicians. But somehow you end up serving them. You end up being a subject of them. But when you have shit like this going on with this woman being ridiculous, it doesn't get anywhere, right?
When they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
I wasn't texting or none of that.
Do you have that picture?
You scared me and made me think you were going to murder me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, that's not just a feeling, you're a murderer.
Okay. Can you zoom in on that for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal, and I'm a teacher. So there.
Congratulations.
Murderer. You're a murderer.
What's your last name? I can't see that there.
Well, here you go,
stop
murderer.
shaking. Zoom in on that for me,
No, because you're scaring me. You're threatening to kill me and my son. Can you give me the
well,
iPad,
I'll tell you what, you keep smiling, you're on camera.
You're trying to threaten to kill me. I'm not smiling. You're the one who's threatening.
Hold that still. I can't see that. Is this your car?
Yes, it is. And you're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
Yeah,
Is that what
I don't think
about?
so. You wait for me right here, okay?
You're jealous?
All you need to do is get your signature.
Yo, she's hilarious. Yo, you trying to say I stole my car because you're jealous? Oh my god, this chick, she's hilarious, yo. Like, this is hilarious. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is.
He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist. What is that name?
It's on the
Gasso.
citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right? You'll never be white, which is what you really want to be.
There
You
you
want
go,
to be
dear.
white.
Have a good day.
You want to be white so bad.
It comes from a deputy. It's his own personal body camera. He's been on the force.
Wait a minute. Yo, is nobody realizing how funny this chick is? Yo, hold on, man. Hold on. Oh, I can't. Wait. Where the fuck is the play button?
Yes, it is. And you're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
Yeah,
Is that what
I don't
that's
think
about?
so. You wait for me right here, okay?
You're jealous?
All you need to do is your signature. He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it. There you go, ma'am. Sign inside the
For,
red
being
box
a,
right
for
there.
him being a Mexican racist. What is that name?
It's on the
Gasso.
citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right? You'll never be white, which is what you really want to be.
There you
want
go,
to be
dear.
white.
Have a good day.
You want to be white so bad.
It comes from
You want to be white so bad. Let me tell y'all, man. This is a psychological operation, y'all. This right here, if there is a psychological operation ever to be, this is the one. This is the epitome, the epitome. You know, when I was a kid, and I used to read. I used to call myself reading a lot when I was a kid. And I used to think I know big word and shit. I used to call it epitome instead of epitome. Anyway, epitome, like, oh man, that shit was lit. But listen. This is a fucking psychological operation, y'all. Now that I'm watching it a second time, this is a fucking psychological operation. This dude just so happens to be wearing a personal body cam. Okay? And she's just behaving perfectly as an SJW that they like to paint people as SJWs who have an issue with the police. They would like to paint them as, you know, race baiting, pulling a race card when there's no reason. She's doing everything they want her to do. She's doing everything. They love this shit. They eating this up. They love it. This is a motherfucking psychological operation, y'all. She played it perfectly. Like, everything that you want to portray an SJW as, she's it. She's it. And he was just so polite and so professional, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, that's what he should be anyway. He should not get a commendation for this. Like, I think he got a commendation for behaving as he should have behaved, as someone who isn't so sensitive, because he clearly wasn't sensitive. She was calling him a murderer. She was calling him want to be white and all that shit. And he was like, okay, whatever you say. That's how cops should behave all the time. That's how all police officers should behave. He shouldn't fly off the rails over the slightest little provocation. This is the perfect example of how police officers should behave when they're dealing with the public. You know? And that's why I feel like they need to be private police. Because with the competition, you have an incentive to do the right thing. Right? So, and of course he's going to behave politely and be the perfect cop, because they want to portray that too. They want to portray, see, this is how cops really behave all the time. And this is how these SJWs behave. So this is why we don't need police reform. We need citizen reform. Clown shit. Leo, if there was ever a psychological operation, this right here is it.
a deputy. It's his own personal body camera. He's been on the force for 14 years and tells me he has his own personal body camera to kind of protect himself.
By the way, I think the LA County sheriffs, they don't provide body cameras for their deputies.
From false allegations when he's out there at work. Here's the kicker here. The sheriff's department confirmed to me today that the woman in that video, she actually called Internal Affairs and filed a harassment complaint against that deputy right after that traffic stop happened. The department also tells me that that woman has a history of making false claims against deputies.
They love it. They love this shit. Yeah, he was harassing her. I wasn't doing anything. You pulled me over. You flashed your little lights at me, and you pulled me over. If I wouldn't have pulled over, then you would have gave me a chase, and then boom. But I didn't do anything to anybody, right? I did something that people would perceive as dangerous, that could possibly cause injuries and accidents and damage of property, but I didn't, and you pulled me over. That's harassment. You forced me to, like, no questions asked. Like, here, pull over, or you're gonna get in trouble. You pull over, or we're gonna force you over. Blah blah blah. We're gonna pull you out the car, beat your ass, all this other shit. So, it's harassment. It's harassment. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Do y'all think this was a psychological operation? I do. She was hilarious. And you know, this is just a joke, right? This is a perfect. I say this is the full 30-round magazine of ammunition for these people to use to, like, you know, say, well, this is why we don't need police reform. It's you guys. It's the people out there riding around, causing problems, coming at our officers incorrect and all this other shit, and blah, blah, blah. You guys deserve the reform and blah. This is perfect for them. Anyway, I'll let y'all later. And, yeah, let me know.